Sol Oman El Hazar, I would like to congratulate you on your victory. You managed to save 3 helpless villages this day. But more so, I would like to thank you. You have given me something that I have not had in a long time. Motivation. Finally, something to sate this ungodly boredom that rests within me. Finally, I have the motivation to do my work. Thank you again, Celestial. I look forward to our next clash.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to the Maelstrom. Glad to see everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. And we heard just a little bit from one of the combatants in the hellacious Heaven versus Hell match last week. And oh boy, do we have a card for y'all today. Some people are not happy, and people are going to find out. That being said, I'm not here by myself this week. That's right, I'm here with the rest of the Discord. That's right, folks, I am live here from the Maelstrom Discord in the public streaming room. And I am not alone. Greetings and salutations, Chucklefucks.
Hello there, sports fans. It is a good day for sports ball and all other sports to play. How are you today, Mr. Master of the Maelstrom?
Oh, things going pretty well. We got some bona fide wrestling ready for us today. Some people are not very happy about last week, but go ahead, Straw Hat.
And we've got a screen, and apparently you've got a video screen that ain't working.
Well, that's a shame because I twizzled the twazzle before we even started. Let's go ahead and get that started again, shall we?
Well, that's fine. I can't believe people would be angry at such a beautiful event last week. I personally find myself in completely neutral status with everything that's gone on. I am too neutral. True neutral, in fact.
What makes a man turn neutral?
I don't know, but what makes a man betray another? As we start this opening match with yours truly, not Bogart, but Taw.
Boy, shenanigans right off the bat.
Oh.
Looks like Kyle started off with some rather nasty words, causing Tario to shove him into the referee. Referee is down, and now This assault has begun.
Seriously, he just bumps into him and he's unconscious. Where do you get these guys?
I don't know. Like, all the big leagues took all the good wrestlers.
I would like to inform you there was a special message from one Bogart to the wrestler in the ring. All it said was we no longer need him. Do as you will. And to our surprise, to nobody, Todd does exactly what he's doing, which is completely going after the genie right now, even though it was the genie's efforts that got them the tag belts.
Wait, Toriel's a genie? Thought he was something else.
He's a Genasi.
He doesn't really do. Yes, he's a Genasi. I didn't know the difference. See, again, Todd.
A Genasi and a Jin are both elemental creatures. They can easily be misconstrued for each other.
See, that's how much Bogart was kind of neutral to everything. He didn't even realize he was actually talking to a Genasi. He was just like, we don't need that word anymore. Do as you will.
Although I'm not fond of the fact that we've been skipping their entrances as of late. I don't know if it's just a rivalry thing or what.
When rivalry interactions happen in these games, they skip the intro streams.
That's a shame.
And so comes to an end to the tag team of Surgical Precision, because what was the other name we had? Was Shock and Kaw was taken, but do you think that they got split up because they couldn't get the name Shock and Kaw?
Maybe. I mean, I find it amusing how Kaw was on a massive losing streak until he teamed up with Tariel. Then he won a few matches, the team broke up, and now he finds that all of Tariel's usefulness has been used up.
Wait, these two were a tag team?
They were the first champions, dude.
I thought they were on different rosters.
They technically are.
They're in different teams, yeah.
Why is a being of chaos teaming with a being of, what is it, balance, order?
I believe that so Kaw's on Team Balance and Tariel is on Team Order. There was no chaos between these two, except in the ring.
Indeed.
Why is Kaw on Team Balance?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know how that worked out. He does. To be honest with you, out of character, I have no clue. Somebody picked me, hooray! In character, Bogart has no clue, because technically, the person piloting Kaw is a ghost. But Bogart is still alive, and he's just a nice man. He's just a sandwich-making political guy. So
yeah.
He's pretty balanced. He's pretty in between the two.
Basically, above game, both Order and Balance elected to have random picks.
But that's chaotic by nature.
I know.
Yeah.
Isn't it delicious?
Even the most. Yeah.
And Chaos decided to pick their choices.
So it just goes to show
you. Agree to that logic.
But there's a balance.
Because that's how it works, my man.
There's a balance in everything.
Not when you have one side calling the shots for the two other sides.
Not necessarily.
Well, it looks like Kaw is on the receiving end of a lot of brutality right now. I can only imagine what's going on through his head. Cut to the elevator music, everybody. Cut to the elevator music.
Yeah, I would have thought that he would have had a rubber hose, a little rubber hose caught up there dancing.
Well, I like the idea that like Kaw is currently just like he's a ghost, so he may be aware of what's going on, depending if ghosts exist in this universe or not. But he, as the meat puppet for this thing, doesn't have a thought. Mm-hmm. That's why if anybody talks to him currently, all you get is ... Oh God, what if he speaks Braille?
can't
Wow.
speak Braille. You can only read Braille.
That's true. That's true. That's just how powerful he is.
You can speak Morse code though.
That's
I
true.
mean, technically,
Also, he
you
got his
can.
butt
If you
kicked.
just make beep, 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 like that.
Dot dot dash dot 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 dash
Yeah, like
Oh, sorry.
dash dot dot dash.
Evening.
You're just in time to watch Hog get his butt whooped.
What else is there?
All things are back in order.
whoa.
Apparently, Tario is very sad but very angry.
Quentin's up next. And speaking of Quentin, is that competition still going in the arena?
Yep. They're having a bit of a fisticuffs in there at the moment.
They have lost the plot, apparently.
I'm just gonna say this before we continue on. Squinto, that was not a decision reflected on you. This is a decision reflected on Bogart. Ka is a bad person, and Bogart is completely neutral. I genuinely enjoy teaming up with you, and maybe team up another time. So that was not on you, that's on me, okay? I genuinely enjoyed having you as my tag partner. So I just want you to know that, okay?
Basically, in story, what happened was Ka asked Tario down to the ring to talk. They started talking. Things got heated. Ka started it. Tario shoved Ka into the referee, and then the brawl happened. And when Tario shoved Ka jumped the shit out of Tario.
I'd like to leave it off as soon as the match was over, Ka just flew away into the rafters, looking for his next opponent. Or looking for his next target. That should be more accurate. Sawyer, like last night, I found an effect in Premiere, and as soon as I found it, like a whole archive of abilities unlocked for me to do, and I'm just like, why did I do this sooner?
Yeah, isn't that the way?
Fucking, like, I was like, oh, I'll just get a little bit done. I was up for like an extra 5 hours last night because I just was like, how do I do this?
Yep.
That's
Yep.
about right.
That usually is how it goes. It's like, oh, I was doing it this way, but this way's so much better.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait for everything to be all said and done. Though sadly, well, not really sadly, though unfortunate, my daughter's birthday lands on the same day as Multivania. So, I'm spending my day with my daughter.
Which day? Day 1 or 2?
Day 1. So, I've already requested to Zacho that I be on the second day. But, you know, if y'all are parents or have a sibling or a younger, like a little person to take care of, their priority, which would be really nice to go and do the stuff, but their priority. So I'm going to go and give my daughter the best third birthday I can figure out how to do.
Oh, hell yeah.
Do you know what her grandmother got her for her birthday? A miniature bouncy castle. It fits in my house.
Damn.
Yep.
Okay.
Grandparents spoiling the grandbabies.
It's not like massive, but it's pretty damn big. Like, I have a living room that's probably this, like, about maybe 12 to 13 feet by about 11 feet. It barely fits in there. This thing is big enough that I could lay and bounce in it, but it's small enough that it can fit in the backyard. It's really neat. I'm like, what are we gonna do? Where are we gonna keep it? Although I want it to be like, I want one day to be like the Iron Throne from Game of Thrones, and just be sitting on it while people bring me offerings.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where you have to deflate it until it's used, because otherwise it's going to end up like a trampoline. Like, you jump on it for a couple months and then it just becomes normal and you never touch it.
Yeah, so this morning we had our first like, hey kids, come over and have a play date at our house. You were all 3 years old. What are 3 year olds like? Here's a bouncy castle. So everyone went bonkers on the bouncy castle, and I got to sit there and just watch them all jump. It's like watching a nature documentary because you never know what they're gonna do. They just went crazy.
Oh, I bet your parents love. I bet their parents love that they come back tired as shit.
Yeah, the funniest thing is it wasn't just my children that were all tired. My wife was also tired because like she is like a super mom. So whenever my daughter is like playing, um, my wife will be like, "Okay, cool, I'm gonna play too." And then they played and played and played. I went out for a run with my kid, and that put her asleep. And then I got home, and my wife was out cold. So I sat down and I continued editing.
I have a feeling that thing's going to be used a fair bit in the future, given the piece that everybody got.
Sorry, God, me?
You got a valuable tool in your arsenal now.
Oh, of course. If we're having a rainy day, I'll whip up the bouncy castle. Go nuts.
Because one of the worst things that you can have is an energetic, hyperactive child. Like, anytime that anybody, like, dumps kids on me with no warning and no preparedness, expecting me to babysit, I give them candy, sugar, I give them a kazoo right before the parents come and pick them up. And they never dump kids on me again.
Well done.
But yeah, dude. One of the best feelings is figuring out something new in one of your tool sets and opening up new options and new experiences.
I'm so excited, but I've run out of footage of what I want, so I have to sit. I've got to sit on my hands and wait a little bit. So I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still fiddling with making it even better.
I hope that you're able to get your footage soon. You
Of
always do phenomenal work at no matter what you do. I mean, hell, you're the one that made the Maelstrom intro.
I mean, I'm pleased with hearing that, but really the grand master of it all is the one next to me, is Sawyer. And Straw Hat, I'm gonna do my own horn. You are very good at it as well. I saw.
Oh, was that
That was her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Growing up so fast already.
Oh yes. Jump.
That's not Paige. I believe this was a team balance pick.
Yes, it was. It was a toss-up between a couple of matches, and I think Keith sort of decide, made a pick between the two.
Like, I adore Denny as a character.
Who's this happy man?
2 matches, Paige. This right here is the Keytar master himself.
As my family has gotten home, I am going to have to step out, but I will be watching the rest of the show. Good night, everybody. I will
Much
be back
appreciated,
maybe
dude.
some other time.
Have yourself a good one.
Nice and loud this time, dear. One more time, they didn't hear you. Did you hear that?
I heard it. I don't know what it said, but I heard it.
It was my wife saying, "Hey, nerds," and I'm like, "That's." Well, yes.
You see, the proper response to that's been ingrained in the community is, as soon as someone says nerd, you are immediately supposed to say Nord. Because that was
okay.
the.
I'll run over. I know that's.
That is a Wand Joe interaction. Joe calls
Yes,
Wand
is.
a nerd, and Wand calls Joe a Nord.
Oh, that's such a cool. Croaky looks so cool. Look at this guy.
Oh, Croquet is awesome. There's a lot of really good designs on
Yeah.
Maelstrom.
Yeah, Croc did a good job with this.
Amazing.
I'm pretty sure he was the one that did the design.
Apparently, chocolate chip muffins are ready and waiting for the members of the Maelstrom audience. Hello, Shinichi. Good to see you. Denny's saying that Balance asked for this match. I don't really get it, but I'm totally happy to get a rematch with you, Croquet. Like, Croquet is an interesting character. Like, I think that Croquet is the only grung that we have in-game. And his poison is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? His poison is a very, very low con save, but it makes you afraid of your allies.
I think so. Can't remember too much, but I know it's definitely one of those things where you have to be very careful about touching him.
Mm-hmm. You have to be careful about touching any grung.
I mean, you know, when it comes to people that have been playing in the Maelstrom so far, a lot of people have gone for very unique, interesting characters.
Mm-hmm. Especially the quote-unquote old-timers, the Season 1 players. A lot of the newer folks have brought in characters that they've already had, and are bringing them into the Maelstrom, which is kind of the idea of Maelstrom. Hey, what's going on, Matrix? Like, the amount of characters that have, like, joined the roster, even if they only stayed for a short amount of time, is surprising. Granted, I get that Maelstrom isn't exactly everybody's cup of tea, and some folks were expecting Maelstrom to be a lot more active than it is.
I mean, definitely being in a group definitely helps in terms of activity as well.
Mm-hmm. Because you're not relying on like the RDM and the NDC and NPCs for your interactions, but that's also why we added the arena, so that there's opportunities for roleplay no matter where you are or what you've got going on.
Hey, Keith.
Look at that.
Well, greetings and salutations. Have you slept?
I've had exactly 2 hours of sleep.
Sounds about right.
How goes the work, Bob?
Things are going well. It is very warm right now.
I believe it.
Good existence and non-existence, one and all. Here at Loch Leech, we have, for the first time, fish and lots of fish. Oh God, and devils, just so much fish. Living and dead, please just take them. I'll throw in that faux immortality potions at 67% off. Boy, that's if you got fish, just wait, because we've been modifying the fishing game as of late. And I've added about a dozen new items to the fishing game. Oh, the missing is, the botches are always funny. And back into the ring we go. This is the third match currently, and I don't have anything else scheduled for today.
So what you're saying is I should have booked a submission only match tonight.
I don't think that people want to go through that again.
And your winner, Denny Polo.
The Zacho John Euclidean fight. Y'all want to spend an hour for a match?
Oh, I just got pinged, Bob. Apparently Laser dropped notification for his Maelstrom.
Huh. Tariel. He was disappointed at Cause betrayal.
I mean, I'm not surprised. It was a very disappointing betrayal. How could it be so inevitable and yet so well telegraphed?
Yo, what's up, Gingy? How's it going, my dude?
Ah, shit, we got a mad lad.
We do. Don't make him mad. Gingy will go get his bear wife. Or he'll use the magic ink on his chest to summon the Ewok.
The Ewok? Oh no.
I can't help but notice that Gravy has that. He's got the Joker smile a little bit,
Yes.
like Dark Knight Joker.
I mean, you can only do so much with scars to make it look like he's missing half his face.
Yeah. There's no bloody Ewoks. Fuck you, it's an Ewok, Gingy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ewok Tamer, Ginger Boy.
I mean, if Aiden said so, it must be true.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Aiden
why would
said it's an
Aiden lie?
Ewok, and Aiden is the most trustworthy person in the entire company, so therefore, it's an Ewok.
I'm too dehydrated to not go with the bit right now, I'm sorry.
Oh, good, I was thirsty.
Go to which house?
I mean, if Aiden,
Yeah?
I mean, he did say. I mean, he did say so.
You did?
So it must be true. I mean, it did say so. It must be true.
Exactly.
He did say so. So it must be true.
Apparently, Gravy can't help it. He screams so hard his mouth tore wider. I think that's how he explained it to me. Interesting.
I made it make it easier to consume the food.
That makes sense because Manatee's characters always have an affinity for food.
I mean, both of us do, so.
Mm-hmm.
And I love selling things. I love selling things.
Oh, color me curious. Have you enjoyed the new some of the new pictures that I've added to the pre-stream?
I love selling things. I love selling things. Yeah. I love selling things.
I've added I've gone and added some of the shitpost memes about the penguin into the pre-stream.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, the Pingu $100 was great. Good. Pingu pounds. I like that the penguin is a giant meme for Team Chaos. Even though the penguin may or may not have nuked an ocean. Pingu playtime pounds. Interesting. Gravy does indeed enjoy food. Never try to steal from his plate though, you might lose a hand. He will not be telling you much of a joke and how much isn't. hopefully we didn't lose too many people to the void when Arena Waiting Room 3 was destroyed. You say main, we say important team player. Team Chaos and Almy. Being in any territory that is controlled by JC, you are inevitably in for chaos. Being around JC is chaos. There's a reason why JC was selected for Team Chaos after all. The Almy groups are in a mini war right now. Good God. The only person that is in war in Masmafor is Franzi. Franzi is currently at war with orcs.
I'm working on helping change that.
However, Franzi currently is the foremost explorer of the Maelstrom. Getting little tastes and tidbits of various towns and various NPCs. Like Doug Dimmerdale, I believe. No, I think it's Douglas Dimmerdale. It's hilarious because we're having an all-out war in the tournament, but everyone in the real world are just hanging out at the moment. Fair. Kayeth, did you manage to steal the chest from everybody?
I can do that. I believe I could be in the process of doing that. However, I need to double check the field because we have an octopus in play.
An octopus.
Yes, Howler has brought out black tentacles.
Ah, good spell. Combined with Irresistible Dance, deadly combo. And Gravy continues to whip ass.
Creatures in these concepts and concepts. Your winner. Gravy.
I will say this, Manatee is such a good fucking bean.
Oh, yeah.
Like, in my Saturday D&D game, I play a chef, I play a callmancer, a artificer that specializes in like cooking magic. I've had 2 cook-offs so far, and I have had I've gone to Manatee for both of them, and I did significantly well in both of them.
Yeah.
which is so much fun because I love the power that I have because nobody can watch that game hungry, otherwise it's torture. I now understand how Monty feels.
Hey. Correct.
You know, every federation has like that motherfucker. And I'm not sure who, quote unquote, that motherfucker is when it comes to the Maelstrom. I know that Ash is one of them.
Apparently, Ash has OCD. Not a bad thing. It's interesting to see a character sit there and hyper focus on something.
It's always fun to play a character with like a neurological disorder.
Ash has many tans, then, boy. He can't run forever.
I'm surprised Solomon is still moving after last week's hellacious match.
The man has 2 legs and a heartbeat, and he's not kind to them. I'm not. 1 2.
Apparently, after what Solomon did to Miska last week, Ash, Solomon has piqued Ash's attention. Or maybe he's just picking up the pieces.
I mean, Ash does want to fight strong people. He is a predatory style assassin character.
Mm-hmm.
And he do be good at it.
Isn't Ash currently having to contend with a bunch of screaming woodchucks?
Currently.
That's funny. But, yeah, Ash is fucking serious right now. Because I picked the wrong option for Ash.
That's my important.
What do you mean you picked the wrong option for Ash?
This is a different attire than what Ash normally wears.
Yeah. This is the pay-per-view attire. Squinto, I liked that trinket you got.
There you go, Catherine.
10,000 points on the big tall one wearing black on their back.
A good choice.
Yeah. We have 2,000 on Solomon immediately. If JC's in the chat, he's probably going to match that for Ash.
Solomon with a sizable lead.
I mean, I'm gonna go with Ash just because, you know, orcs and greenskins.
Yeah.
Looks and green. Fair.
"20 seconds left, y'all. Who's gonna win?" "10 seconds.
And according to the poll, the people's choice is Solomon this week. Let's see if that pays out.
Believe it or not, Ash is on top.
Well, that had to have changed right when.
Someone got a last-minute channel point bomb.
So they did. And the people's choice is Ash, apparently. Because they got it in that last second there when I looked away.
Mm-hmm.
Catherine blames JC.
Apparently, Vegeta says that Sandman and he dumped points in the last second.
Betting against yourself, good form. Not always the smartest thing to do, but good form.
Because either way, when you bet against yourself, you win either way.
And your winner, Solomon Elza.
Just punch the ref. I
I need a
mean,
fin character.
that's an interesting end to the match. Normally, they don't cut to black at the end.
So, that was a rivalry action. If Ash would have beat Solomon, he would have beaten him mercilessly after the end of the match. But because Solomon won, it triggered that particular. Outcome, which works really well for Ash. So who got the points? Vegeta and 3 others. Makes sense.
Vegeta, Sandman, one other person. Apparently Catherine. Let's go gambling.
Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it.
That's a hell of a meme.
It
Best
is.
part of it is it's an MS Paint meme. Makes it better.
Ah, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man currently in contest for the most punchable face in the Maelstrom.
Is it bad that I want to see Van Theo and Jaunt face to face?
No. It would be great. Page, that is a side effect of the simulated LED lights. I've noticed that in several games now.
I'm trying to think of who on our roster is not a part of M&W.
We have like 3 people who are active on the roster who may or may not be part of MNW right now.
Uh-huh.
That is just off the top of my head, and I'm still very dehydrated, so.
Because a thought occurs to me. the reason why I never had anybody go after the interdimensional title on Flashbang is because everybody on my roster has a character on Warzone or Flashbang. But if we have people that aren't a member of the M&W community that are new, we could have some people go over to Flashbang.
Yeah. I mean, last season I didn't have a character in MNW proper. However, I also wasn't going to submit the Minotaur to that.
Mm-hmm.
That would just incur more Minotaur, and we don't need Minotaur recursion.
Denny showing up on Flashbang might be interesting.
Yes.
Paige? I don't think so.
Unfortunately, with how 2K has decided to disallow mixed gender matches, it would be difficult to have Lexi show up.
Matrix, the rule with M&W was we used M&W's rules for wrestling, for character stats, and you can't, anybody that was in Season 1 cannot come into Season 2. Because remember, Lionel is on M&W and Maelstrom. Shit, that's right. Lionel has the interdimensional title, doesn't he?
And we have blood. Lionel just sitting in the Fey Chalice right now, very confused that he suddenly has an M&W belt in his hands.
That's just it. It might be a different Lionel from a different timeline. It might be Lionel from a different point in his history. Who knows?
Multiversal theory is a bitch.
Because in Season 1, Strongman and Flyboy... The thing about Strongman and Flyboy in Season 1 was that it was a temporal rift in their storyline. So when the Dr. Grimm of the WTFE timeline ripped apart and destroyed the timeline, the Seeker, I believe his name was, had to go out and fish people back from the ethos. And he grabbed Strongman and Flyboy as they were leaving the Maelstrom. So they existed in both the Maelstrom and WTF
And
for
your
a
winner,
while.
Van Theo.
Who was the Toontown crew? It was Ginger Boy. It was Dubious, Blue
Ginger
Hood,
Boy, Bells. The Davers.
the Bells, Warfist. Gingy was fucking everywhere.
Oh yeah. They're the only two people in more places than Gingy. Were the DAC and ARC. And at that, Gingy was part of ARC. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Gingy
Alright,
was...
that's the
Yeah, Gingy was doing stuff with Arc. He was the primary clone, the main source for the clones with New Camino. He was a guardian of Toontown. He was dating / engaged to the Dowie. He had relationships with Xerus because Xerus decreed that Ginger Boy was the strongest human there is.
I forgot that he had a dowry with the Dowie.
Because Ginger Boy was the one that completed Solomon's challenge and actually got to fight John.
Yep. This is giving me live action Mario Bros. Show vibes.
I know, right? That's why I picked their tag name like I did. I picked the wrong brother, didn't I?
It was supposed to be Aaron. It's Aaron, not Thorn.
This is Aaron.
Correct. So you're good.
Thorn is red.
Red? Orange. Either way, he's currently bullheaded.
Funny that.
Is he?
I mean, he's not in the ring, so yeah.
Also, Alpha, don't think I don't see what you're fucking trying to do with your with those trinkets that you've been suggesting.
Yeah, may as well.
Interesting. It's or. You have to choose one of the three.
Oh, the trinkets can damage?
Or you could trade it to somebody that has it. But you have to pick which token you found.
Frenzy, I know a guy who would love that off you.
Not sure why Marcus doesn't have his spell, but okay.
Because he's not in the proper tag team, probably.
Probably.
Huh, that's a bit vague. A small collapsible silver cup that perspires constantly when opened.
So you got a sweaty metal cup. You
What does
open
it
and
sweat?
You just immediately smell silver polish.
Like condensation on the outside.
That'd actually be helpful.
Apparently, Gig has half of all the coin-based trinkets now. Need anything dealt with? Don't care about those messy morals? Happiness Farm and Orchard Incorporated is happy to help. It's free.
Air quotes free. Because the moment that you say thank you, that means you're indebted to the Fae.
Correct.
Hashtag never thank a Fae. Always say that you're grateful.
I'm appreciative of your assistance.
So what happens if a Fae says thank you to you?
Then they're gonna make that to you. However, you don't have the social structure required for you to take advantage of that normally.
I want to play like an Archfey Warlock and actually try the can I have your attention trick, or can I have your name? And see if my patron would actually pull it. Very pretty, Paige.
I need to tell you a story that I learned completely by accident about 7 years ago? So for the longest time, I would refuse to say please on principle. My statement was always, would you kindly? Apparently that wigs people out nowadays.
Oh yeah,
You know why?
I do.
Hmm?
Do you know why, Kayef?
I was informed why back in 2016-ish, and it's because of Bioshock, apparently.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Which is hilarious to me, because would you kindly is the only way to ask for something without ingratiating yourself to someone. Out of the kindness that you have, would you do this for me? Would you kindly? Catherine, I have to say, you can't be Bob's patron. This is Bob's patron.
I swear to God, Kayef.
Yes, Bob. Which god are you swaying to?
Many of them.
I'll let you know if he gets back to me then.
Paige.
Frenzy is he.
Yeah, Franz is male. Franz just likes to be fabulous.
I can't blame him. It's hard to look that good in a skirt. KM, more specifically, which century is Franzi from? Yeah. There's also the additional problem of you actively need to be in possession of your soul in order to have a patron.
I never made a deal with you like that.
Who's to say I didn't put your soul in the dirt to keep it safe? It's the easiest pleasantry I can give to any of my friends. Yavesh and I occasionally use your soul as a nightlight bob in the car.
Ah, at least it's useful.
Yeah. Remember, if you can't get store-bought souls, guard souls are fine. I've been banned from getting store-bought souls. It was concerning to Christian.
I still can't believe that people actually took that deal for you.
If you deliver the statement with a smile, you'd be surprised how many people say yes, Bob.
Like, for those that don't know, this sumbitch used to work fast food.
Yeah.
And when people would buy, like, a burger, he would always comment, like, cash, credit, or your soul. And if people actually said their soul, he would take his card, swipe it, and pay for their meal.
Yeah.
And the look of horror that appeared on their faces every time.
The "oh no" is great, especially when it's a group of 5 people. And I go, "This is all. This is for all of you. Yes, cast credit or your soul." And they all answer, "Sure, my soul." It's great to get a car full of people. Willie, you haven't missed that much, I think.
I mean, you've missed 6 matches.
We are. However,
But-
that still isn't that much.
But there's the VOD,
Yes.
and there's the YouTube.
Yes. How far back is the YouTube right now?
Say again?
Oh, I'm just checking to see which week the YouTube is on.
I've been catching up.
Oh yeah, no. Week 9. We are currently on week 12, so that
Yes.
isn't too bad.
However, the YouTube is 1 week different than Twitch, because for some reason I lost week 7.
Oh, that's important. Speaking of YouTube, for those of you who haven't seen Bob's YouTube, here it is. Hey Bob, do you know my heritage?
What's that?
On both sides of my family, both my mother's side and my father's side, both major families have been accused of consorting with Fae.
I recall you telling me this.
Yes. One of them sat there and got themselves indebted to the royal stewards, which is also fun. Oh, did it not post as a link for you, Paige? It posted as a link for me.
I see this link.
Unfortunately, it's not the Legend of Zelda kind.
Well, we got our first elimination.
That looks like Marcus has been eliminated.
I was wondering why they weren't breaking up pinfalls.
The match request was for elimination.
Yeah. I would like to inform you that I am now rooting for the Leapers because I'm eating spaghetti.
Oh, good. I have a bowl of spaghetti waiting for me for after stream.
Bowl of spaghetti! What sort of spaghetti do you have? My red sauce has sausage in it.
My red sauce is meat flavor.
Ah, yes. Meat. Bob, I hate to inform you, but I'm made of meat. What sort of meat did you use?
I don't know. It's meat that was inside of the jar when I bought it.
So if any of you are missing a leg, an arm, or a small portion of your torso, let us know. We'll try to get that returned to you. Ah, sorry about that, Paige. It's the best I can do right now. I can drop it on the Maelstrom General OOC in a moment.
No, Blink She's getting double teamed.
Bob, remind me, are the Leapers both on balance?
Order.
Sorry, order, yes.
Order,
No.
so one of Order's strategies early on was to grab a fair number of tag teams. grab a fair number of duos and partial and pieces of duos, so no matter what, they would have a hand in the tag team game.
Derekai, don't worry about the piece of your soul missing. It'll grow back. It's kind of like a liver that way, but much tastier. I mean, what?
No, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
There's no cell phone tower.
You would have to contact somebody with the ability to make transdimensional calls. And there's only one artificer on the Maelstrom list that has that ability, and they're not in the Maelstrom yet.
Here's the most terrifying thing, Paige. As you're in the Maelstrom, your technology still works, but you don't have a charger. So you have to watch as your phone slowly dies. And you have to try to save your phone as much as you can, because you have no way to charge it back up.
Bob, I have a quick question for you.
Internet doesn't work though. Yes.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on an artificer entering the Maelstrom whose spell focus is their cell phone?
I mean, how would they be able to charge it?
They'd have to make way to charge it, wouldn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Lucius has been eliminated.
The new champs.
Artificers are very expensive.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. You need to pay for everything you make.
Mm-hmm.
Which means early levels, you're basically bargaining and dealing your way into a reputable workshop.
The lucky thing, like I play an artificer, and I am constantly hemorrhaging money.
Well, 100%. You would need to set up basically a mercantile business as an artificer in order to have enough money to make anything of value. Side looks at Darwin.
Like, my dude, I somehow jury-rigged my my alchemy jug to be able to make magical ink.
Oh yeah.
That's how I make my money. I make magical ink, and I sell it to the school store in fucking Strixhaven.
Beautiful.
Isn't that Regent and a glass vial?
We don't use Kibbles crafting in that particular version. And that is like the dead basic version of ink and Maelstrom. I hate Discord.
Welcome back.
I hate it. Willie, has Frost said that you straight up can't sell your gems? Because here's the thing. Ink is going to be used, ink is going to be used a lot more than like various gems. Like, your gems would be great for like teleportation circle chalk.
Swords and magic helmets.
Moral doesn't die.
Hey, Bob. What do you think would be the most ludicrous item for an artificer to sell cheap?
A wand of magic missile.
I mean, easily, it's one of the more accessible ones. Would you like to know my thought, Bob?
What's that?
An arcane Stirling engine. So you can make things like refrigerators. Sell one to a merchant. As a refrigerator box. Congratulations, your perishable food can now travel up to 10 times further.
Well, there's chests for that. Like,
Oh, yeah.
my artificer uses a there's a chest that when you put food inside of it, it doesn't go bad.
Oh yeah, no. However, there's a difference between the number of spells you need to make a chest of preservation versus making a hot plate. Because all you need to make a engine is a hot plate. And your winners, the Super Leaper Bros.
Their first fucking match, and they win the belts.
Oh yeah, no. They are made to be a tag team, unlike everyone else who was submitted.
And so Order steals both picks.
Yep. Order now has 3 picks, everyone else has 1. The other 2 teams are going to have to scramble if they want one of those belts back.
Wholesome lads.
And legally indistinct.
Exactly.
This just in from ringside. Apparently, Lingxi is complaining that he's going to feel this tomorrow.
That being said, I need to test something real quick. So while I'm looking for somebody to raid, I'm going to go ahead and start playing a piece of music to test everything out. So I'm going to start playing the music. I'm going to go ahead and get everything set up, and I'm going to raid y'all out. And y'all know who we're going to raid?
Taka?
We're raiding fucking
Darn.
Taka. He hasn't been around in a fucking long ass time.
Oh, shit.
And he is playing the Warhammer DLC of the Power Wash Simulator, I believe.
Oh, God. Does this mean the possible return of Trash Van Jones? Probably not.
He hinted at it during his first stream back. Then he
Oh.
said,
Oh.
nah, Trashman will just spend 15 minutes jaw-jacking. Raid message is, the Maelstrom sends its regards.